So this video, man, is about Myron Golden, right? And the video we're about to watch is the third iteration, the third upload that Cam James had to make because I guess he's getting in trouble for some of the stuff he's saying. Not that it's not true, I guess, but just because, yeah, he's just getting in trouble from the dude he made the video about, whose name is Myron Golden. And like, I like this guy's videos rather, Myron Golden's videos. I was like listening to them here and there at work, and you know, he tells some good information in there. But I've been on YouTube long enough. I kind of know what time it is. So I've been on YouTube long enough to where like these guys will talk long enough and I'll hear them say some shit and it'll be like, damn, bro, you're definitely like maybe not a scammer, but you're definitely a little bit unethical. And yeah, it's actually kind of funny because a few years ago I remember there was this producer kid who was doing like mentorship and consultations and all this shit, and he ended up getting on like Grant Cardone's podcast, and now everyone knows Grant Cardone's a fucking like the biggest scammer ever, and a Scientologist and all this shit. So yeah, it kind of it hurt a little that this guy is a scammer. You know, not just because like some of the stuff he says is good and it was good advice and it was actionable advice that I took action on it and I started seeing results. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you guys what that is. You know, the main advice was to speak, right? Because I would get on here on YouTube and do streams and cook-ups and like almost never talk, you know. But as soon as I started speaking a little bit in my videos, started getting more views, more likes, more subs, all that shit. And you know, that was just one of the things that he said that was like, you know, that I took action on and it made a positive impact. So when I saw this video, I was like, well, it was only a fucking matter of time. And Cam James, bro, like, I'm not sure when he started making videos. I found his videos last year, probably maybe before the summer, you know, because I'm into the scam watch YouTube, you know. There's some interesting stuff on there. I do think some of the people who get scammed are kind of just dumb, bro, because, and you know, I ain't gonna lie, dude, I've been scammed before. You know, it is what it is. Like, if you're getting scammed, like, I don't know, bro, you're looking for, it's likely because you're looking for a shortcut and you're willing to take anything that sounds remotely, I don't know. You're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, is what I'm saying. And sometimes, you know, you'll mistake some shit on purpose for being that light. You know, that's what I'll say. So Cam's channel is great. I love his channel. Let's go ahead and check him out. Watch this video today. The King of Offers, Myron Golden's Gospel Hustle, Redacted. What's up?
What's up?
You gotta go to bed.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Give me a hug. Love you. Good night. Yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, fucking winter break. Kids are up at 1 in the morning taking baths. Go to bed.
Stop calling me out.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just roasting you. Close the door.
You're not roasting me, you're calling me out.
Yeah, alright, alright.
I love you.
Love you too.
Slay. Can I have some cereal before I go to bed?
A little bit.
Okay.
Alright, back to it. Yo, Rico. This video, The King of Offers, Myron Golden. A video by a guy named Cam James exposing this guy. Whoa, camera not picking up. Let's fix that real quick. Let's start it from the top.
All of the money that you want right now and you don't have, it's in somebody else's pocket.
Because I know someone will buy, I don't care who it is.
Hey.
Oh, Rico, about your text, bro. Yeah, we definitely got to get you on stream. Right now I only stream like super late though, bro. You could probably do it through like Zoom or some shit like that. But yeah, throughout the year I'll figure out a better streaming schedule, and you know, maybe we'll do something in person at some point over the weekends. But yeah, let's do this video, guys.
Myron Golden is running the longest and most successful con in the self-help industry, bar none. And even though the courses he sells are completely legal,
I think Myron is what happens when the prosperity gospel meets an MLM founder.
he suggested borrowing from my retirement to cover the down payment.
We're not going to ask you to give any money. The gala is going to be $500 a plate.
What the f? I'm gonna change clothes a few times in this video because it took days to film.
Myron Golden is a speaker, author, business owner, course seller, internet person. He's got to be one of the fastest growing self-help industry people. As of me publishing this, he's over 900,000 subscribers on YouTube, 800,000 on IG, and 6.9K, almost 7K on X.
Let's be clear about what I'm alleging so we can get to the entertaining. Number one. Number two, he's lying about his primary source of income in an effort to upsell customers and obscure his course selling hustle. By the way, I signed up, paid, and took his course. That's for another video though. Number three, he's lying about Christian doctrine to use the prosperity gospel for self-enrichment. For those who don't know him already, I'm gonna catch you up and then get to the evidence. Welcome back to Deep Dives, and happy holidays in advance from me and Scammer Claus.
They're more excited about paying me than I am about getting paid. How to unleash unshakable confidence. And when I find something that works, I never get bored with it. I only get paid with it.
The internet has been joining Myron in blowing smoke up his own ass for years now. Show after show, aspiring professional speakers and scammers host him so they can talk about riches, mindset, basic sales concepts, and emotional manipulation techniques forever.
Is Myron a scammer? Well, paychecks for life, money tree seminars, conference call fortunes, automatic success, billionaire partnership profits, six-figure business school, skillionaire millionaire university, MLM pocket coach app, bigger, better, faster MLM. All right, bear with me on this one.
Pocket
I had to
coach,
point a
what
couple
the
things
fuck?
out. Notice how this countdown timer is still going. He put this up in 2021. Artificially
Amazing.
constrained amounts of time is like scammer 101. All right, scroll with me. Check out how he talks about emotional.
And here's the thing about there's shit like this in the producer community and nobody talks about it because the niche is so small. Legion Beats did this same fucking shit, dude. Illmind probably did this shit. A bunch of them did all this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Definitely. Yeah, mad producers do this shit, and I think overall, like, it's not paid attention to because niche is so small. You know what I mean? Nobody really gives a fuck. The amount of money they're like scamming out of you is like, you know, kind of insignificant. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, you know. Like anyone selling you courses on like how to rap, how to this, how to that. No, bro. Like either you're getting one-on-one coaching, like for real from someone who knows what they're doing, or you're figuring the shit out yourself on the fucking internet because it's free to figure out, bro. You don't need to pay nobody like, even for coaching, bro, you don't need to pay like thousands of dollars a month. You know what I mean? there's people who will do it, you know, for like reasonable fees. You know what I mean? Like I'm coaching a few people right now, and it's like going pretty decent, you know. And again, it's not like I charge them like thousands of dollars a month, and I promised all this bullshit. It's more so like, you know, I'm helping you along, I'm guiding you, and I'm giving you information that I know. You know what I mean? Because really, I'm doing research all the time when it comes to certain things, and you know, what I'm researching isn't what other people are researching and shit. So it's more like minds coming together and like building something together. People having like another ear for shit. And that's totally different than me saying, oh yeah, sign up for my coaching. It's, you know, $2,800 a month or whatever the fuck. You know, the crazy mind psychology numbers that they be throwing out. And, you know, in 2 weeks, I'll monetize your channel and you'll be making, you know, $1,000 a day off your streams. No, bro, that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Manipulating people. We know salesmen do this, yes, but like, ew. I'm gonna touch on it in the third section, but connecting Bible success to network marketing, aka MLMs, where you have a pyramid and people on the bottom are struggling to pay their bills. Yeah, this is slimy. Is Myron a scammer? Let's start with his own Wikipedia, and I mean his own. He made it himself. You already know somebody's legit if they open their own Wikipedia, asking and then answering this question. He defends himself by immediately pivoting to a tactic that many scammers use: emotional appeals. Talks about his polio as a kid, his resilience, and his belief system. If someone calls you a scammer and you feel the need to address those claims at all, maybe open with how you're not deceiving people in order to take their money. Just an idea. I don't want to hear your backstory. I don't care.
I'll say
Crazy
this at the
because
outset. The man is a hell of a
Myron Golden did reply to this,
speaker.
or he left a comment on the video.
But a con artist.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Tony Robbins type shit. Tony Robbins, you know, he charges like 20 grand to go to like his events, bro, and all he does is like yell at you and like clap his hands like a fucking retard.
Oftentimes is better at selling a lie
Nice.
than people who believe the truth are at selling the truth.
People seem to love his courses, and they think they got their money's worth.
If you want to train to hit really, really hard like a boxer, it's a good idea to see if you can get Mike Tyson to give you a lesson.
The
Right,
challenge really took our business to the next level.
If you wanted to learn Kung Fu, you'd try and find Bruce Lee and see if he could give you a lesson.
The
Right,
amount of
Bruce
time
Lee's
just
dead.
really soaking in everything that you taught us, Myron, and you know our lives are forever changed.
That if you're trying to start
By the way, that testimonial or whatever the fuck that dude's giving in his car, he's giving that testimonial before he started doing any of the work, because all these dudes who are doing these kind of scams are like, yeah, right after our consultation, if you don't mind just recording a few words and sending it to me for a testimonial. And the same thing happened with Beat Club. They were taking testimonials and saying, yeah, this shit works, before they even tried any fucking thing. You know what I mean?
a business and help
Shout outs to
your business
Timbaland.
prosper and help your family thrive and help serve people at the highest level, you want to find somebody who's a champion, who actually has that kind of level of experience.
As a person who can be funny when I want to be, dude is truly hilarious sometimes.
When I think about the fact that I quit drinking when I was 11, people always laugh when I say that.
I'm not even theatrical. I'm a little theatrical, so I guess I am.
All right, dude, that's like a Tobias Funke moment right there. What the fuck?
Before I got saved, I was kind of a criminal, but not the real bad kind. Okay.
Right.
I was a moderate criminal.
Since he likes to call himself Myron Golden PhD so often, I got some questions about where he earned that doctorate from. Based on our research, he's never said it in a YouTube video before, but I did find a bunch of audio sermons from Park Meadows Church, which he keeps going back to over and over again. And it occurred to me that someone can earn a doctorate from a church. So it would make sense with his business teachings why he would never bring that up. He said he was in
Yeah,
college
those are
at
funny.
21.
Like, I know a
The
few
man
people
became
who
so eloquent
went to like
as
Bible
an
college
orator
and shit.
from the things that he had read that when I was 21 years old, in college, graduated from high school.
So my working theory is that he never finished undergrad, but he got a PhD from a church. and he attaches that to his name and just never talks about it. Based on how often he puts down formal education as if it's a bad thing, I think it lines up.
Dark-skinned Myron was born in 1961, for sure.
When did you start playing?
When I was 32, 21 years ago.
Okay, maybe he is. And he's a former leader of a mid-sized multi-level marketing company.
Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining us on MLMSuccessTV.com.
Wow.
Are you ready to make it to the top? Are you ready to turn your paycheck into a paycheck? Are you ready to get your income to another level? Just to let you know a few of the people we're going to have in upcoming weeks. You're going to have my brother, who's also a dynamic network marketing trainer and direct sales trainer, Dwayne Golden.
Yeah, that's his wife, Tony, his brother, Dwayne, and Dee Dee involved in the business so far. Sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds like a prosperity gospel pastor to me. Don't worry, that section is coming up later.
He praised MLMs in his book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, and gave us this gem: 10 good reasons to do network marketing. I'm gonna read these off to make sure I got it right. So you have an above average chance of becoming rich. That is not true. Network marketing pays you for results. It doesn't just pay you for time.
Actually, it only pays you for results. In a full-time job, you actually get paid for your time and your expenses.
You get to multiply or leverage your time in network marketing. This is where it gets particularly ugly, because he mentions that basically if you create a pyramid underneath you, you'll benefit from other people's work. So 35 hours of work, even though you're only doing 5. Yeah, that's a pyramid scheme, my guy. You get to travel to some of the greatest places in the world, including contests that allow you the opportunity to win free trips. None of those trips in an MLM are free. You're paying for most of the expenses yourself. Number 9, let's not forget the bonuses. Car bonus programs, where they'll actually pay for a brand new car for you to drive if you produce X amount of dollars of volume. That's an exciting program. No, it's not, because that's not how it works. They'll pay for you to take out a lease in your own name. And as long as you keep your rank, they'll help you make those payments. The moment you drop it, they'll drop you, and you still have a car to pay off. Enjoy the pink caddy. The business is willable and transferable. By this, he means your family gets to keep that income you've created for generations, and you can actually create a legacy for your family. I've covered in previous videos.
What's funny about that is, like, you're just assuming that this MLM company will just stay around for generations, which is incredibly dark. You know what I mean? Like, we expect this company to stay around for another 100 years so that even your kids can take advantage of these people. But how does that work, bro? If you signed up a bunch of people and then you give your shit to your kids when you die, what happens when those people die who are paying you? Like, do they gotta force their kids to pay? Like, I don't understand. Those people are gonna die too. I don't know. It kind of doesn't make sense.
Videos why it's problematic that people pass entire downlines of people to their family members. But this highlights something about Myron and his character that I'll dive into later. He blames people for failing in MLMs and defines job just like MLM leaders do, just over broke and bullshit like that. He provides several examples in his book and beyond that paint him as a person who cares about nothing and no one, that can't help him in life. Myron will sell anything to anyone as long as they have a working credit card. Here's examples of him putting down poor people, claiming they believe the purpose of money is to spend it, and explaining the exact pricing model he's using on you in the Make More Offers Challenge, the course I just took, with these weird ass, almost a round number prices. I paid $97 to take his course, and he called out his own strategy in 2007.
What's weird is that I did download like his course just to kind of check it out for myself and see what it was about and stuff. And I never got into it because this video came out.
I'm going to be perfectly clear here. Even though I don't think it's worth paying for, his course isn't really the scam. He is. And that's an important distinction. Apparently, he's roped his son Anthony into his business as a digital marketing expert. And I'm gonna politely ask y'all not to laugh at the weird ass Anthony cutout. All the skills he attributes to Anthony are things I learned when I was still in college. And he presents them as things that are gonna rapidly accelerate your business and assigns this arbitrary cash value to everything Anthony has to teach you. This feels like the time to move on to some of Myron's income claims.
I count 6 shots.
One of, by
Right off
the way,
bat, we have
about the money, one of the best beats ever, bro. And also, that was one of the things where, yeah, that was one of those verses from Young Thug where I was like, oh yeah, Young Thug is fucking legit, bro. He's got a crazy. I think he has 2 verses on that song. They're both crazy.
have no way of
Even if he only has
verifying
one,
the
whatever.
primary sources of his income. We do have a way to verify how much money he's making, though.
The Inc. 5000 list. Inc. is a business publication that lists successful businesses. His company, Skillionaire Enterprises, was number 428 on their list in 2023. I dug into Inc.'s methodology behind how they select these companies and discovered something interesting. Nothing here is based on whether a company is worth participating in or partnering with. The only qualifications are paying the application fee, documentation of your revenue, and not breaking the law. Contests, publications, and corporate
Sounds like
partners
BeatStars,
especially
kinda.
are all in on it.
Or, I'm sorry,
This certification
Beat Club.
only
BeatStars too.
means the company's making legal money off of people. Period. Legality does not mean quality or trustworthiness.
Now, let's get into how he makes money in his own words. Apparently, he's raking it in.
My consulting firm, we charge $40,000 an hour for business consulting. And we have clients who pay us upwards of $50,000, $350,000, $1 million a year for coaching and consulting. My requirements are you pay for my jet fee, which is $11,000 an hour. You pay for my speaking fee, which is $250,000 to come speak for an hour. Like, let me know what your objective is, and then I'll pay for all of my expenses, et cetera, et cetera.
This part, where Myron tells you his services cost $1 bajillion, that's the warm-up. In that same video with 2 professional educators at a children's institution, he pitches an event for businesses to attend. That's really just a way to get future clientele for him.
Where I teach entrepreneurs some of the business lessons that I've learned, and they don't have to pay $40,000 an hour. If you are a business owner and you do business in the state of Georgia, and we're not inviting you because we're going to ask you to give some money. We're not going to ask you to give any money. The gala is going to be $500 a plate.
Who cares how much he makes, Cam? Why you being a pocket watcher, bro? When I listed my allegations, I told y'all he's lying about how he really makes his money. Here's the evidence based on some rough math. His class I took, called the Make More Offers
Who are
Challenge,
you consulting,
is his
bro?
primary moneymaker. I took it from December 9th to 13th. And
Grant
his site
Cardone.
says the next one is January 6th to 10th, 2025. That's one class every 3 weeks. And the class I was in had 340 members. Subtracting out the admins, that's at least 335 or so that paid at least $97, like me. That brings us to $32,495. But wait, that class had platinum VIPs paying $297 each, who got to do Q&A about their personal business
Quick
while
math,
we watched.
guys.
Like this pastor. If we say only 15% of that 335 attendees coughed up for platinum, the total is up to $42,495. But wait,
There's the 40
that's
grand.
only one of his many active class offers. Golden Ops affiliate marketing, $999 a piece. Mind over money mastery. Site says almost complete, but you could still pay him $4,997. The
Base.
Bible Success Academy. He retired this class, but
This man said, I believe God created a business, and he told us in the Bible how to run businesses.
What?
He didn't, though.
the Offer Mastery Bootcamp, $27,000 total.
I mean, no, he didn't,
per
but
person.
at the
King
same
Solomon's
time,
Court.
whatever.
You gotta apply to qualify, but it's at least $30,000 because it's more prestigious than the Offer Mastery thing I just talked about. VIP day on a plane and boat and all that is estimated to
Nice.
be about
Fresh and fit type
$350K
shit.
per person. It's not really possible to do accurate math, but I think we far surpassed the $240,000 passive revenue he claims to generate every month.
Our continuity revenue in this business is about $240,000 a month before I get out of bed.
since he teaches the rest of us to make money without working too hard for it. It isn't a stretch to say all these courses are his primary business. Nobody makes this many courses while holding down other jobs and clients, and to do so would directly contradict what
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was a really good point, though. Like, nobody's doing all that. And also, like, having their, $1 million client.
It's a month before I get out of bed.
But, imagine going to church and that's what you hear all fucking day. The whole church sermon is just your pastor just flexing on you, dude.
teaches the rest of us to make money without working too hard for it. It isn't a stretch to say all these courses are
You're poor because you hate God.
His primary business.
And he knows it, so he's keeping you poor.
Nobody makes this many courses while holding down other jobs and clients. And to do so would directly contradict what he teaches us in his books and videos about time freedom. I told y'all, I took his course. And after it wrapped, he sent me hella texts and emails telling me to cop his Offer Mastery Boot Camp for a $2,000 down payment. My brother in Christ, I have a girlfriend. When I went on the site to investigate further, I saw that not only does he claim the total value of it is in the six figures and that my $27,000 payment is a discount, he suggested borrowing from my retirement to cover the down payment. What the f***? I left the Make More Offers challenge on day 3.
You know what's funny about the course guys is they all kind of give the same. They all have. I feel like they all learn from the same guy because there's this kid on YouTube who makes videos about like, oh man, it's so easy to sell beats. You don't even need a beat store. All you need is like, and he'll give a little bit of advice in his videos, and the advice is like decent enough. But it's really only decent enough for you to do his free consultation and then sign up for his $1,000 a month mentorship, which in itself is kind of a contradiction because if you got to pay for your mentor, that's wild. And the way he was doing it, like he was talking to me, and I kind of told him like, yeah, I'm not really trying to do it or whatever. And then he's like, oh, well, you can just sign up for like he was trying to get me to get a line of credit out to pay him $1,500 for his mentorship so he could teach me how to sell beats in the DM. And basically all he was teaching in quotes was like, oh yeah, get on the phone with these guys and make the offer and kind of upsell people. But then, like, the thing is, like, if you're getting, like, it takes a lot of work to do all that, number one. And I'm sure it pays off because, I mean, I've sold plenty of beats in the DMs, getting on phones with people and, like, selling beats. So, yeah, it works, bro. But what's funny is when I was thinking about, like, oh, how's he able to get, so many people to commit to paying, not even commit, but to actually pay like how, what he's asking, which is like, like $3,000 for a project. And I don't know how many projects he's produced, but let's assume he's done any, you know what I mean? So even one, what he was trying to get me to do, bro, was, like I said, get a line of credit out from like a firm or one of these other websites. Fuck, I got to restart the race. And basically, you'd get a line of credit out. He was trying to make me do that. And, like, putting it together in my mind, like, a little later, I was like, oh, shit, that's probably exactly what he does to, like, every artist that he's selling his beats to, is he's making these poor guys take out credit lines to pay for his fucking beats, bro. And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, yeah, it's impossible to sell beats. Nobody's really making money off beats, because some people are, dude. There's people with like huge type beat channels who are making a killing. I'm not like pessimistic in that sense, but to have people sign up for like credit lines and shit just to get your beats and whatever else you're selling, that's like super scummy to me. That's just what I think.
Got a refund on day 1, And he blew my phone up, pressuring me to give him my rent for another year of access to more basic ass courses like this. He's lying to you about how he built his business. You're the bricks. The students are the hustle. All these videos he drops are lead generation to convert you into a customer.
True. That makes sense. Like, you tell a bunch of people who are struggling to make money
Myron
that
is lying about Jesus.
you make 30
so he
grand a
can milk
month.
his followers to death. He's not alone. I did a whole episode on prosperity gospel preachers not long ago, and he's appeared with many of his kind in YouTube videos to keep this idea propped up in as many of y'all's minds as possible. He has a whole series with this pastor calling himself the business bishop, trying to convince y'all that this is all legit.
Bishop Wayne Malcolm, welcome. Glad to have you here, brother.
I am so excited to be with you, Myron Golden. Amazing.
Right back at you, brother. Right back at you.
Your dominion is going to be linked to a skill set. Oh, wow.
What you say?
Yeah. Because see,
Oh my God.
it requires a skill to transform the natural resource of the earth
Come to Papa.
into a valuable item that we can use to enrich humanity.
I think Myron
Today,
is what happens
Junior.
when
What
the
the fuck,
prosperity
dude?
gospel meets an MLM founder.
I don't know how he does it, to be honest. He has two
God
YouTube
damn,
channels.
how,
and one of them is
how
Bible study with
dumb
Myron
do you
as
got to
well.
be to go to that dude's church and be like, oh, he's
The man is
spitting.
prolific. Besides shitting on poor people and formal education, he argues very directly that the quote about the love of money being the root of all evil is flawed, and does the same thing on YouTube with the camel through the eye of a needle quote. In both cases, it comes down to how one word is defined.
That's
and the
true.
arguments are mad weak. First off, he redefines the word all in this quote from Trash Man.
Some of you may be thinking, money is the root of all evil. It's not. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. He goes on to say it doesn't mean it's the root of every evil in the whole wide world, and that the word all in the New Testament seldom means all to the exclusion of none. Usually what it means is all kinds, all types, all manner. What it means is that the love of money is all kinds of evil. And finally, to drive his point home, people will do all kinds of evil things to get money. It is not saying if you love money, that makes you evil. He's wrong about this, and I'm going to show you why shortly.
Next, he redefines the word rich in this clip.
So the key word in this verse is the word rich, is the word pluseos. And what it means is figuratively rich. Because the best commentary on the Bible is the Bible. I love this stuff. So it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 8 and 9, it says, you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, though he was rich, yet for his sakes he became poor, that you through his poverty might be rich. So when Jesus said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven, he's not talking about a person who's rich in money. He's talking about a person who's rich in self-righteousness.
What? That's the thing, dude. When these guys start saying the Bible shit all fast, bro, like if you don't slow it down, it's like you think they actually said some shit. But I think he's just doing some yabba dabba bullshit.
For a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven, he's not talking about a person who's rich in money. He's talking about a person who's rich in self-righteousness.
Okay.
In both cases, he's fighting like shit to make sure you walk away with the message that greed is good and that you don't question his hustle at all. He's also just wrong. I've always taken issue with some Christian pastors, the prosperity ones specifically, because all they seem to do is stand around retranslating the Bible all day. First off, why are we so forever chained to this book? But I digress. The fact that people find these retranslations so interesting is a source of so many manipulations.
After listening to his whole argument and taking some time with it, I actually agree that the definition of rich can be applied to self-righteousness in this case. That being said, it's not an omission of wealth.
Yeah.
It's both.
For sure.
I think Myron knows that. but mentioning that it's both material wealth and self-righteousness that's being condemned by Jesus in this case wouldn't play too.
But I also don't understand why, like, as a preacher, if it is talking about wealth, why can't you, like, if you know, a rich man, I have a needle, camel, rich guy, right? If that all means that, like, yeah, as a rich person, it is harder to get into heaven because of whatever reasons, why don't you explain those reasons and then, like, talk to your following about how to, you know, maybe neo dodge that shit, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, if it's like, yeah, you know, it's harder for rich people to get into heaven because there's pride and all this, and they value material wealth over people. Why don't you teach people to overcome those things? You know what I mean? So, like, so even if you're rich, I'm gonna give you these principles so you'll still make it into heaven, you know? I don't know, bro. Which also sounds super scammy. Like, now that I put it that way, that does sound scammy as hell.
Too well for his message in this sermon, would it?
Either way, dude,
in
you're
other
fucking
words,
up.
He tries to pull with regard to the love of money is especially messed up. Even if we take your word for the meaning of all, meaning all kinds, if a word usually means something, but not always, how you fix your mouth to say you're sure that's not what Jesus meant? I get it. You gotta be sure, because that leaves the door open for people to hold you accountable otherwise. The verse right before that says it all.
But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. I mean, do I need to say anything else?
You're cherry picking, fam, and it's not a good look. Which one of us is a pastor again? Y'all want money so badly that you're willing to throw away decades of your life spent studying the Bible and twist scripture. Then bring on these lame-ass preacher hustlers to prop up that broken-ass logic. Let's move on before I get off track. This will be a quick review since I plan to drop the deep course review on Patreon for free later. The reason I'm pulling up the Make More Offers Challenge Facebook group is to show you that, yes, we infiltrated it. And yes, there's a lot of people throwing money at this man. There were 340 members in the group, as I showed y'all earlier. And that's just the group for this one challenge. He creates a new group every time. And this is Make More Offers Challenge number 42. If there's anything about this that
he gave it like the Roman numerals, like it's the fucking Super Bowl, bro.
It makes me sad. It's the sheer amount of people joining these groups that are excited to learn from someone they genuinely look up to. Intro videos, group camaraderie, supporting each other, hyping up Myron and his former students' testimonials, and even taking his terrible YouTube video advice. For the love of God, we don't need more of these. Look at what happens when he tells them to do something.
The purpose of learning is mastery. Everybody type mastery in the chat. Type mastery in the chat. The purpose of learning is mastery.
They seem genuinely into it, genuinely appreciative, and like sweet people, to be honest. These are your aunts, uncles, grandparents, and parents. If you're in this age range, it's most likely you. He has younger participants too, people my age and below. These days, achieving clout on YouTube is all the verification you need. Most of the shit we found in this video was on Google. People don't even try to verify someone's background anymore. He looks rich, acts rich, and talks well. So I want to know how to get
a lot
like
of the
him.
info he's giving out is
I'm
on
not trying
YouTube
to act
too.
like I'm above them, but in my opinion, Myron has transcended the label of scammer. He's creating the next generation. I don't even know if there's a word for that, but I know we don't need his minions making more terrible YouTube videos that pop up in my recommended tab against my will. To wrap up, at bare minimum, the evidence we've presented makes it clear that Myron is an MLM pushing, prosperity gospel preaching, course selling hustler.
It's not a $27,000 decision today. Well, it is a $27,000 decision, but you don't need $27,000 today. So you can borrow it from your retirement or from an insurance policy.
I mentioned earlier that I took his Make More Offers challenge course, and if y'all want that breakdown, I'm planning to put it on Patreon. Yes, for free. My advice after taking it
Ooh, I might watch that on the channel
that
too.
everything in it is available for free from other people on YouTube. Some of it is literally in his book from 2007, which should tell.
I'm gonna be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back, y'all. I fucking
tell you how applicable it is to your business in 2024. By that I mean some of it is, and some of it is absolutely ridiculous. He's an example of how charm, speaking talent, humor, and basic sales knowledge can propel someone from begging for subscribers to stepping on anyone perceived to have less clout than them.
The first thing I do when I see a negative comment on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram, I go look and see how many followers you got, how many subscribers you got. And the reason everybody who leaves those kind of comments has none is because nobody wants to follow that yucky, nasty, disgusting feeling stuff.
Business scammer clause is not gonna make you rich. Starting a YouTube channel, flooding it with 700 plus videos, and charging people a year's income for the same shit they can find online for free, that could work. Y'all got the information now. Can't say I ain't tell you. Happy holidays, whatever y'all celebrate. I really appreciate y'all watching the last Deep Dives episode of 2024.
yeah, I haven't subscribed to this channel yet, but his videos show up a bunch of my stuff. Good channel, Cam James. Check him out, guys.